Hi, so welcome to the Science Interactive Lab Weather and Atmosphere. We're going to go to the exercise now. And this lab is actually far more straightforward than it looks. It looks like it's very confusing. It's actually, as soon as you know where to find the information, it's very straightforward. So you're just going to use two sources of information, this click through and this data table. And then you've got some exercise questions down here. So it should be pretty fast. So on this first one, you have these panels here. And notice that there's information in these panels. And in this information, so for example, Matthew formed near the Lesser Antilles. So number 2 is record the formation location for Hurricane Matthew in table 1. So this is where you find that information. And you put that down in table 1. Now it says examine the fact table and accompanying text box. To get there, you have to be on number 5 and then click next. And this gives you that fact table that they're talking about for total deaths, total cost, downgrade location, or total deaths, that's the fatalities, total costs, that's this over here. And then downgrade location is listed in that text box number 5. So it's really just clicking through this. It's just that next will not show up until you hit number 5. And then you hit next, and then this table comes up. Then for this table down here, it says record the excuse me. Excuse me. Record the kph is kilometers per hour. Record the kilometers per hour for each max wind speed in data table 2. The conversion factor is 1 knot equals 1.852 kilometers per hour. So really, all you're doing is you're taking like 50, and what we're going to do is we're going to open up our calculator. 50 and multiplying it by that conversion factor, which is 1.852. And there you go. 92.6. So that's 92.6. Now, once you've got all of those filled, make sure you click save regularly because there's a lot of data to enter. You now have to get the category. So the category comes from the Saffir-Simpson scale, which is here. It has the top number is the kilometers per hour. So 92.6 kilometers per hour isn't even on the Saffir, so we would put a 0. Let's go to a higher number. Here we have 100 for 930, so 100 times 1.852. So the answer over here would be 185.2. And over here, 185.2 is a category 3. So this would have a category 0, and this would be a category 3. And you just continue that pattern. And then at the end, you need to create a graph. It says you should have a trend line. I'm not going to take off points if you don't have a trend line because you may not have done that in math. Okay, so now we're going to talk about how to make a chart like this in Excel. You don't have to use Excel. You can even plot it by hand if that's your jam, but it's going to be pretty easy in Excel. So we go over here because you need to make a plot of where the y-axis is wind speed and the x-axis is pressure. So we go to insert, we go to chart, we see the little dotted one, because we need a scatter plot. I'm just going to do it over my other one, make it bigger to hide it. Then we're going to go up here to select data. We need this column here. So what I did to get this column together is I just selected my whole screen over here. Woo. I just hit this. Oh, put my cursor here. And just highlighted the whole thing. There we go. Unhighlight it. Go like this, like you would select text on a page. And you copy, and it should paste very nicely into Excel, including the columns that you just filled in with your data. Then you select this column. Now you got to select one column over. Ooh. Let me delete all that because it's like, wait, you're selecting things twice. Select this column first. Now, if you're on a Windows machine, you'd hit Control, select this column. Control this column. There we go. Go away. Select data. Highlight. My cursor jumped. There we go. Oh, I was hitting the wrong button. Aha. There we go. Hit Control, not the Windows key, and both of them should highlight. Then you just hit OK. Once those are both highlighted, this one and this one, hit OK, and it should do it automatically. It should look like this. The only question is, how do I get this into the kind of file format? Because it wants it uploaded as a picture. So one way is you can just hit print screen and save it as a picture in Paint. That's what I'm going to do. So I do, and each computer is going to do print screen a little bit different. On mine, it's just Shift print screen. And then I'm going to open up something where I can put pictures. I'm going to choose Paint, go old school. There's other ones you can use, but bring it over and then hit, I can do edit paste, or I can do file paste. And because I have 3 screens open, I've got this giant thing, but even if you have extra stuff, I don't care. If you want to make it prettier, clip it, put it in PowerPoint, but this will do and is pretty low tech. No, I don't want to save. So I hope this helps. I want to thank you for your patience with me. Thank you for being my student. And don't be afraid to reach out if you have any questions.